Okay, so let's close this reference and let's go back to the front of the vehicle. Let's see if this is, maybe this could be helpful. This one I don't need it. I will go to rendering, view image file, and I will search for a front reference. So let's start. I will select my front image. I will going to use this for proportion mainly. So I will create again my rectangle. I will create a rectangle from this side to this side. I will convert this to again to spline. I will going to divide to have exactly the middle. I will going to refine, and I will going to convert everything to corner, and that's it. This is what I will going to do. This is my main object here. Let me see if I extrude. This is what I have. Just a small blade or small shape here. What I'm noticing here with my technique is that I was going to delete these things, is that I need to bend this particular mesh. So going back again, I will going to refine this here. Okay, so this is what I have. If I convert this to editable poly, I can connect this vertex with this other vertex here. This is what I have. More stable geometry. Okay, so if I apply right now the symmetry, I have this particular shape. I will going to move to the right position. This should be I think here in the front. You can see here there's a, oh sorry, I forgot to clean all this up. Like you can see here the shape is projecting this way. It's something like this. Let's clean that up. So what I will going to do is I will going to move the vertex. For example, enable this option will allow me to move this vertex to the front, and then I can move all this back, and I'm having more or less what the object is showing here. Maybe I can even improve this. I don't know. Maybe I will going to move this thing a little bit closer. I will move this. I don't know, it's something like this. I think this is more or less what I need to do for this particular geometry. I will going to adjust maybe the position of this vertex. Something like this. This is not precise on any mean, it's just a interpretation I'm doing for the geometry. Maybe I am wrong with how the shape is, but I think it's working for my main idea here. It's working, so we'll continue using this shape. I will move this up again to use better with my reference. Let's see if there's a way to find a better location. So right now if I clone this one as instance twice, okay, right now I have more, maybe a little bit more information. I don't think this is exactly here, but I think it could be more something like this. Okay, so now I have this object. There are a couple of pieces here that are not visible good enough, but well, let's continue modeling things until I find a better interpretation of the object. So here is my grill. This is some sort of grill for the vehicle. I will move this back. Let me see if the top view is showing something. No, there's the hand, so there's no information there. I will going to create this particular piece. Here is clear, is visible, so I will create it using a rectangle. So that's the main idea. The main idea is continue working with the things you are able to see or able to understand. Later the other things will start appearing in your process. You start maybe understanding the shape, and finally you will close all the gaps you have, and maybe you are done with the project without giving the without knowing exactly how, but finding and cleaning and iterating with the object, you start fixing each part at a time. Okay, so this is more or less what I need, just an extrude version. I will going to move this here. I think this part is rounded at top, but I know for sure that this is not rounded in the bottom part. So I will going to remove all this rounded part there. I will going to convert to poly, and I will keep this all the lower edges. I will going to select them, and I will going to control backspace to keep them straight. And now this is it. I will, if you see this smoothing issue, you can try to fix using a smooth with automatic, and this will going to fix all these things. Okay, so right now I have this more logical thing, and right now I can increase the amount of this object. I will try to keep all these things at the same width. For example, like this object here, let me see how much is. Around 6 remember that I'm not working on a scale real size, I'm working on proportion, so 6.5 centimeters maybe is good enough. I will keep this in 6, just 6 centimeters. I will see if this part is straight with this particular object. I will see another side view. So the thing is that this is in the lower part of the vehicle in the side, so I have to put this exactly here, and I will move all these vertex. Maybe it's quite deep. Yeah, it's quite deep. I will decrease the deep for, I don't know, I think this good enough. The thing that is bothering me a little bit is maybe the pipes. These pipes are not, yeah, but this is yeah, this is how it looks. The pipes are longer, so maybe my pipes are a little bit smaller. I will going to keep them 4. And I will move this a little bit down. Okay, so let's move this continuous to the end. That makes more sense right now to my model. Everything is more clear right now. Like I said, the the pipes or the tubes I have here should be a little bit longer, or maybe I need to move them a little bit down. Yeah, I think this is the way to do it. I will move them down. Okay, so what I need right now is to understand good enough this shape here, because right now I have almost everything. Is just a matter of blocking all these empty spaces here, and in the lower part, like you can see here, there are a couple of objects that gives more details in this area, but it's not a big deal, just a couple of boxes. So let's zoom in and try to understand that. It's not quite clear, but let's make an effort to see it and to understand it. Okay, so the thing is that this particular shape is a little bit shorter as far as it looks. Okay, then there comes this weird, extremely weird geometry. I don't get it. I still don't get it exactly how it is. Let me fix this in the meantime. I need this curve more soft, something like this could works. I will change my pivot. I will move this, and I will move this one too, and I think it's good enough. Okay, so let's try to understand this shape. This shape looks quite weird. I think I will have to create some complex shape for doing this. I'm not completely sure what I'm doing right now, because I'm not sure if it will going to work, but let's try. I just create a line, and I will going to extrude. I will going to convert to editable poly, and this is it. I have this particular line here, but like you can see in the reference, this line is starting bending or something similar to this. So what I'm doing is with shift, I will going to start creating new geometry, and shift again, but this is not straight. This is going to creating some sort of curve. I don't really get it. It looks curved, but it is completely straight in the front. Okay, so I think, let me see if I'm not wrong, this should be something like this. Let me select all these vertices, move a little bit. So yeah, I think it's something like this. Okay, and this should be at the same place. It's just like I said before, in a lot of cases, this is an interpretation I'm doing of the model. It's not a precise approach right now, but I think it is more or less what I waiting for. So what I need to do right now is to select these edges and just clone with shift key pressed, and then I will going to move all this back. I will going to weld this vertex, and this is it. A extremely weird shape. I know for sure that when I see the figure in person, I will understand exactly how it is, and I feel ashamed that I didn't saw it before, but right now I don't even have a clue exactly how it is. But right now this is more or less what I have. I will going to select, and I will going to ring all these and I will going to connect, or in fact I will going to select all this one. I'm going to create a chamfer just to avoid these sharp edges. I create a small chamfer, and in this particular I will going to connect, and in a top view I will going to move to give a more curvy shape. Okay, it looks like whatever I am doing, it's working, I hope. So like you can see here, this is more or less in the front view. It have this basic curvy shape. It's not a completely curve, but if I want, I can apply a turbo smooth modifier to subdivide, like you can see here. And I think this is more or less how this shape is, but I'm not sure. But I will leave this that way. I think it's working and it's looking quite interesting for the vehicle. I will going to verify with the front reference. So yep, I think I have the basic idea. Maybe is just a visual effect that showed me that it is quite good, but maybe at the end is nothing, has nothing to do with the real piece. But okay, this is it. This is what I have. I hope it looks good enough. I will apply again the symmetry modifier, the y-axis flip, and I will going to align to the object. This is what I have. And else than that, there's this object here. Let's see if there's a better way to see it, but I don't think so. There is a couple of objects behind. I think this part here need to be more far away to give me a space, or maybe this should be more in front to have more space to put all the things I needed. But I think this is okay. In fact, I don't think so. I don't think this is curve. I think this will going to be flat. All these vertex should be flat, completely flat, to create some sort of wall behind it. Okay. Yeah, I think this is more or less what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's continue. I finally found a better picture that you can see here. What I have here is something in the left view. I need to move all these objects. Let me disable this. Like you can see here, these objects are almost completely straight, so they are moving to the back. So right now this is more or less how it looks. Okay, so the curvature I have here is working almost good enough. I mean, it needs to be something similar to this, but all these objects are a little bit far, because they need to have this. This shape is what's completely different. Okay, so what I will going to do right now, I have this particular shape. I will create this again, like always. I will create this using a rectangle. Okay, I will convert to spline. I will convert all the corners to all the vertex to corners. I will going to refine here and just move this thing. In fact, this will going to be more away, something like this. Okay, then we're going to extrude. Okay, this is more or less what I need. So now when I'm having this particular shape, then here comes this piece that is part only, is completely one single piece, is completely it's a complex shape. I can do this using this modeling technique, but I'm not sure it worth the effort, because having all these things smooth and at the same time straight could give a more complex, but I will try. Just with shift I will clone the or create a new geometry, then I will move to the center, and then I will select all these edges. Okay, this is it, and in the top view everything I will clone with shift again, and this is more or less what I'm looking for. Okay, now in the front view, like you can see here, this thing should be straight. Okay, well, there's a couple of things I need to adjust right now, but I think in the overall I having the shape I needed. I will move this to give more curvy look. And if I go to turbo smooth, the issue is that this is, like you can see here, is smoothing this part, so I have to create a crease, or I will select all the edges and I will move the connection as near as possible to the border, to the corner, to give this a less smooth result. The same will happen here at the top. I will have to select all these things and then create a connection as close as the corner to allow this particular look. So like you can see here, this is more or less what I wanted for this piece. This have another extrusion, is some sort of extrusion here. I'm not sure if I am able to replicate it. Let me see. I will going to connect again. This time I need to keep them separated a little bit, and in the front view I will going to move all these vertices to a little bit more, and I need to keep the curvature something like this. I think it's almost everything I need. Also I need to avoid the smooth. I have to create another connection. So like you can see here, this is more or less what I have. This is close to what I needed. I'm still think this shape is quite complex. I think it's not too curvy in this area, but I think it works for this particular matter. So I will leave it this way. I will just going to adjust the size, because like you can see here is the part of the trunk, the front of the vehicle, and everything should be below this line. So in this case I will going to apply the I don't think it's complex to move these vertices, so I will move all these vertices to this particular position, and I think that's it. That's all. Yeah, I think that's all. This element I have created here, I will going to convert to poly, because I don't think this cross from one side to another. I just put here, and maybe I should connect this particular with cut button. I will cut, I will align this vertex to be exactly at the same level of this one, and then I will going to extrude this particular face to go to the other side. I can now apply the symmetry right now, so I will just going to create the half of the object. I still don't know how this works here. I mean, the interaction between those two pieces are, I still don't understand how this works. But well, I think I'm spending enough time doing this, so I think it's enough. I will create a small chamfer here. Maybe later I found a way to adjust this, or to see exactly how these pieces behave. I will put this in the front view or in plane, completely flat, because it makes more sense for me. But like I said, I'm not sure how is this supposed to interact one on another. Okay, now this is working. These pieces should be a little bit bigger. I will move I will move this here. I think this, yeah, this part of this have a detail that needs to be included. I will going to refine. I'm going to move this particular object a little bit, and I will put this as corner, and that's it. Keep this straight. The same for this other side. Okay. I'm still thinking this curve or this mesh. I don't know which one is not right. Well, let's continue. Let's improve this a little bit more. This curvature should be something like this, not too far away as far as I see. Okay, I think it's enough. Later I will put these yellow pieces in where it belongs. Okay, here it is now time for a block. I can block in this using the same object I have here. I can extrude. And in the front view I will move this. I think I need to split this geometry apart to avoid the issue I have right here. Yeah, so I will just going to keep this completely flat. I will use the symmetry again. This one is in the Z-axis. I will align with the center, and then I will going to create just a simple box here. I will going to convert this box to editable poly and just place where it belongs. let me pick from there, correct, okay, and that's it. So right now I will move this here. Let's fix exactly the size I really need. Okay. Okay, so this is what I have right now. I think this area is a little bit longer, bigger. Yeah, I think, but it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal right now. There is a thing I'm noticing here, that the draw I have here, this is not right. I mean, this needs to be something like this. Let me see where is the error I have here. I'm coming straight, completely straight, but yeah, it's not straight. I need to make a boolean. Yeah, this part is not as low. I mean, this part should be just as this height, something like this. And then there is one should be at the bottom. Let's see how things looking here. I think it's more or less something like this. Yeah, because here is an empty space, but there, yeah, I think it's, yeah, this should be the case. Here is that I need to refine this part. Yeah, let's do this way. Exactly where is the place to, I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, it's quite visible. This, I will remove the extrusion right now, just to have a better, to see it better. Yeah, it was something like this. Let's leave it this way. Okay, right now I continue. Okay, that now it makes more sense. Okay, this part still needs a lot of a couple of adjustments, because it's not a modeling issue. It's just a thing that maybe later I will going to need for applying material. So I need to split the geometry in different phases to apply a material from one single phase. So that's why I want to continue doing this. Okay,